Have you ever walked into a crowded room, filled with the loud buzz of conversations and laughter, and felt completely invisible? You try to make your voice heard, to share a story, to connect. But the words seem to get lost in the noise. It feels like you're trying to shout over a hurricane. And yet, in that very same room, there is often one person who doesn't need to shout at all. They might be standing quietly in a corner, just listening, or moving gracefully through the crowd, and you feel an almost inexplicable pull toward them. It's not because they are the loudest or the flashiest. It's because they possess a quiet, undeniable magnetism that seems to speak volumes without them uttering a single word. In a world that constantly screams for attention, where the noise of self-promotion often drowns out the potential for genuine connection, what if the timeless wisdom of ancient Stoicism held the profound secret to becoming effortlessly captivating? What if, by simply embracing your true self and cultivating a deep inner stillness, you could unlock a silent form of attraction that is not only profoundly magnetic, but also deeply fulfilling? This isn't about making a momentary splash. This is about transforming your relationships and your life in ways you never imagined. This is about learning a profound truth. In the quiet of your presence lies an immeasurable power. I want to invite you on a journey, a deep dive into the very essence of something we call silent attraction. This journey is guided by the timeless, practical wisdom of Stoicism. It's about far more than just making a memorable entrance. It's about leaving a lasting, profound impression that feels as natural and effortless as breathing itself. So, if you've ever felt utterly overshadowed in a world that seems incapable of stopping its ceaseless chatter, this is your undeniable moment to learn precisely how to let your silence speak louder, far louder, than any words ever could. We are about to courageously unravel the profound secrets to becoming effortlessly magnetic, to turning heads without consciously trying, all by masterfully harnessing the ancient, transformative art of Stoic charm. And please remember this: if you've ever felt like you're fundamentally different from the vast majority, if you've always sensed an inner uniqueness, then this powerful message is meticulously tailored for you. You are undeniably the exception we've all been patiently waiting for. 1. The magnetic power of authenticity. How often do we find ourselves, almost instinctively, masking our deepest thoughts? We subtly mute our most fervent interests, or even consciously alter our genuine opinions, all in a desperate attempt to simply blend in, to disappear into the comforting anonymity of the crowd. We've all been there, right? You walk into a room and instantly feel the pressure to become someone you think others will like. You might hide your passion for a niche hobby because you think it's weird, or you might pretend to agree with a popular opinion just to avoid a moment of conflict. And yet, the profound wisdom of Stoicism, gently but firmly, nudges us back towards our authentic, unadulterated path. It whispers a liberating truth. The single most magnetic, undeniably attractive quality we possess is our raw, unyielding authenticity. When you are truly, unapologetically true to yourself, you enter into a state of profound harmony with your very nature. This deep, resonant harmony reverberates powerfully with everyone around you. It's like emitting a clear, unmistakable signal that boldly proclaims, "This is me, unfiltered, unapologetic, and profoundly real." And believe me, that kind of unvarnished truth, that raw honesty, is utterly magnetic. So let's delve even deeper into what this truly means. Being your authentic self means courageously embracing all your unique quirks, passionately pursuing your deepest interests and openly acknowledging your vulnerabilities. It means standing firm and unyielding in your core beliefs, even when the relentless currents of the world tirelessly attempt to sway you otherwise. It's about finding profound comfort and unwavering acceptance in your own skin, deeply knowing that your genuine, unadulterated expression is, in fact, your greatest, most invaluable asset. Let's take a moment to reflect. Think about a time you met someone who was completely, effortlessly themselves. They didn't try to be cool or perfect. They just were. Maybe they had a slightly nerdy obsession, a unique laugh, or a very specific way of seeing the world. And instead of pushing you away, it drew you in. You saw their confidence in who they were, and you found it compelling. That's the power we're talking about. The Stoics consistently valued virtue above all else: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Living by these profound virtues, allowing yourself to be consistently guided by your inner moral compass, not only makes you undeniably attractive to others, but also brings you closer to a state of profound personal tranquility and authentic happiness. So how do you begin this transformative journey of wholeheartedly embracing the undeniable power of being truly, authentically you? It commences with a quiet, yet powerful act of introspection. Take the necessary time to deeply understand your fundamental values, your burning passions, and your firm boundaries. Reflect profoundly on what genuinely makes you feel alive, what truly drives you, and precisely how you can meticulously align your daily actions with your deepest, truest self. And then, take the brave, courageous step of boldly expressing that true self to the world. This isn't about striving for an elusive perfection or trying desperately to please absolutely everyone. No, it's about being genuinely real, consistently aligning your words with your actions, and courageously showing up as the authentic you every single day. As one revered Stoic philosopher once profoundly declared, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." Don't squander your precious life endlessly pondering over superficial attributes that might make someone seem superficially attractive or momentarily likable. Instead, wholeheartedly embrace your innate authenticity. Steadfastly live by your virtues and allow your genuine, unadulterated self to shine brightly. That, my friends, is the profound, liberating power of truly being you. And trust me when I say this, in a world that, far too often, instinctively values conformity above all else, your unique authenticity is your ultimate superpower. It is precisely what makes you silently attractive, effortlessly drawing people towards you in the most natural, profound, and compelling way imaginable. But authenticity is not just an inner state. It's something you can express to the world without saying a word, and you might not even realize what it's saying. Let's talk about the silent story you're telling every day. 2. Style as a reflection of inner self. The way we consciously choose to present ourselves to the world, from the clothes we wear to the subtle nuances of our demeanor, it all speaks volumes, telling a silent yet powerful story without us uttering a single word. It's a message that lands before you even open your mouth. Stoicism, in its essence, doesn't preach about renouncing all material possessions or blindly ignoring our physical appearance. Instead, it sagely guides us towards living with profound intention in all aspects of our lives. And this naturally includes how we choose to express ourselves through our personal style. Stoicism teaches us the invaluable worth of authenticity and elegant simplicity, urging us to steadfastly focus on what truly fundamentally matters. When it comes to the complex realm of personal style, this doesn't necessitate rigidly adhering to a strict minimalist aesthetic or completely forgoing fashion altogether. On the contrary, it profoundly means consciously choosing garments that deeply resonate with our true selves, clothing that genuinely reflects our personality, our core values, and the various roles we gracefully play in life. It's about making deliberate, thoughtful choices that harmonize effortlessly with our inner essence, rather than mindlessly chasing every fleeting, ephemeral trend. Consider this for a moment. When you consciously wear something that simply feels right, something that unmistakably screams you, how does that truly make you feel? Confident, perhaps? Utterly comfortable? Maybe even a little bit invincible? This profound feeling arises because aligning your external appearance with your internal world powerfully amplifies your authenticity. It makes you undeniably stand out, not because you're being overtly flashy or extravagantly attention-seeking, but because you are radiating an undeniable sense of self that is exquisitely, uniquely yours. But the concept of style extends far beyond just the clothes draped on your body. It comprehensively encompasses your entire aesthetic, from the deliberate way you wear your hair to the meticulously chosen accessories that seamlessly become extensions of your unique persona. Each conscious choice you make is akin to a delicate brushstroke in the magnificent masterpiece that is truly you. Stoicism actively encourages us to make these choices with profound consciousness, to diligently ensure they are adding genuine value, not merely unnecessary noise, to our overall presentation. So how can we truly apply timeless Stoic wisdom to our personal style? Begin by sincerely asking yourself what each piece in your wardrobe genuinely says about you. Does it deeply align with your core values? Does it authentically reflect who you genuinely are? Or perhaps who you fervently aspire to be? The ultimate goal here isn't to desperately impress others, but to express your true, unadulterated self in a way that is profoundly genuine and utterly unforced. Remember, your style is inherently not static. As you grow, evolve, and gracefully navigate through life's intricate tapestry, your style will naturally shift and change. And that, my friends, is perfectly acceptable, even desirable. The paramount key is to remain fundamentally true to yourself through these constant transitions, allowing your external expression to gracefully evolve in perfect harmony with your internal journey. It is truly fascinating how much we can communicate without ever uttering a single word. But what about the stories we tell with our bodies, even when we're standing still? What do your movements, your gestures, and even your posture say about you? The answer might surprise you. 3. The eloquence of body language. Our posture, the subtle gestures we instinctively make, even the deliberate way we gracefully move through a room, all of these non-verbal cues meticulously send signals, speaking volumes to those around us. They are the silent sentences we broadcast every single day. Stoicism, at its profound core, teaches us about the paramount importance of control and acute awareness, not merely of our intricate minds, but also of our physical bodies. It's about deeply understanding that our external expressions are direct, unfiltered reflections of our internal states. So, when we thoughtfully discuss body language from a deeply insightful Stoic perspective, it's not simply about manipulating our gestures to superficially appear a certain way. Rather, it's about meticulously aligning our outward movements with our deepest inner virtues and most authentic intentions. It is, unequivocally, about profound integrity, a seamless, undeniable coherence between what we deeply feel and what we consciously choose to show. Consider for a moment the simple yet profound act of consistently maintaining good posture. It's not just about superficially looking confident. It is, in fact, a powerful, tangible, physical manifestation of deep self-respect and unwavering personal dignity, qualities that were highly esteemed and diligently cultivated in Stoicism. When you stand tall, with your shoulders confidently back and your head held high, you are not merely telegraphing to the world that you are confident. You are, more importantly, telling yourself that you are truly worthy of respect. This self-assured stance, naturally, almost unconsciously, draws people towards you, creating an undeniable aura of approachability and genuine trustworthiness. But the power of body language certainly doesn't stop at mere posture. The exquisite subtleties of our facial expressions, the genuine warmth radiating from our smile, the sincere depth in our eye contact, all these intricate elements of body language are profoundly communicative. They possess the incredible power to bridge vast gaps, to make others feel truly seen and deeply understood, all without a single word needing to be spoken. A genuine, heartfelt smile, for instance, has the remarkable ability to disarm even the most guarded heart, while sincere, unwavering eye contact can forge a connection that feels as deep and meaningful as any lengthy conversation. Stoicism actively encourages us to be profoundly present and meticulously mindful in every single moment. And this essential principle naturally extends to our body language. Being truly present means being acutely aware of how we are physically engaging with those around us. It's about diligently ensuring our body language authentically reflects our genuine feelings and most sincere intentions, whether it's conveying empathy, openness, or simply a readiness to genuinely engage. This mindful, intentional approach to non-verbal communication organically invites genuine interactions and relationships that are meticulously built upon a solid foundation of trust and mutual respect. So, how precisely can we apply timeless Stoic principles to master the intricate art of body language? It all begins with profound self-awareness. Take the necessary time to carefully observe your own non-verbal cues. Are you truly present in your interactions? Or are you perhaps subtly closed off without even consciously realizing it? Are your gestures open, inviting, and welcoming? Or do they inadvertently erect invisible barriers between you and others? Practice the art of truly being in the moment, fully attentive and deeply engaged with the person you are interacting with. Allow your body language to flow organically from a place of deep sincerity and unwavering intention. But there's another, even more subtle way you're communicating with the world. It's a signature you leave behind, a memory that lingers long after you've left the room. It's an invisible detail that can shape someone's entire perception of you. Let's talk about the silent language of scent. 4. The subtle signature of scent. A single, carefully chosen fragrance possesses the remarkable ability to transport us back in time, to evoke powerful, long-forgotten emotions, or even to profoundly shape our perception of someone. Think about it. A hint of a familiar scent on the wind can instantly remind you of a grandparent's embrace, a first love, or a cherished memory. It's far more than a mere cosmetic choice of a perfume or cologne. It's about meticulously selecting a scent that seamlessly becomes an integral, undeniable part of your unique identity. It's a subtle signature that leaves a lasting, indelible impression without a single word needing to be exchanged. Stoicism, with its profound emphasis on intentionality in all aspects of our lives, extends its wisdom even to the seemingly mundane choice of a personal fragrance. It's about consciously selecting a scent that deeply aligns with who you truly are and the genuine impression you authentically wish to leave on the world, rather than passively succumbing to the latest fleeting trends or simply choosing the most expensive brand available. When chosen thoughtfully and with deep purpose, a fragrance becomes a powerful form of non-verbal communication, subtly yet profoundly reflecting your inner self and core values. A signature scent is not merely an accessory. It is, in essence, a deeply personal statement, a subtle yet incredibly powerful way of expressing your unique individuality. Think about it. Just as Stoics believed in the paramount significance of our actions and words authentically reflecting our inner virtues, a carefully chosen fragrance can serve as a profound reflection of your personality, your current mood, and even your deepest aspirations. It's an olfactive fingerprint, a sensory echo that silently declares, "This is me," creating a distinct sensory memory in the minds and noses of those you encounter. The process of choosing this signature scent demands profound mindfulness. It involves understanding not just the specific fragrances you are instinctively drawn to, but also how those scents harmoniously blend with your natural body chemistry, the various environments you frequently inhabit, and the precise message you unequivocally wish to convey. Do you aspire to evoke a sense of calm reliability, perhaps with a clean, fresh scent? Or perhaps you wish to be remembered as bold and adventurous, in which case something with spicy or woody notes might be your perfect call. The paramount key here is unwavering coherence, diligently ensuring that your chosen scent is a seamless, natural extension of your personality and core values, much like the timeless Stoic principle of living in profound harmony with one's true nature. Furthermore, the rigorous Stoic practice of moderation applies profoundly to the realm of fragrance as well. It's not about overwhelming those around you with an intensely powerful, suffocating fragrance. Rather, it's about meticulously choosing a scent that gently invites them closer, a fragrance that whispers rather than shouts. It's a scent that subtly lingers in a room, leaving a delicate yet indelible mark, much like the quiet but profound impact we fervently hope to have on the world through our deliberate actions and intentional choices, always guided by the wisdom of Stoicism. We've talked about the quiet stories you tell with your presence, your style, and even your scent. But what about the way you interact with others? In a world of digital noise and fragmented attention, a simple act of genuine kindness can become your most powerful magnetic force. This brings us to a topic that is far more captivating than you might think. 5. The mesmerizing grace of manners. In an age where digital communication, for all its convenience, frequently strips away the subtle, invaluable nuances of genuine personal interaction, good manners offer a vital bridge, a compassionate path back to authentic human connection. But when we speak of manners that mesmerize, we are unequivocally diving into something far deeper than just rote recitation of please and thank you. We are actively exploring how the inherent grace of our interactions can leave an indelible, lasting impression. Much like the enduring wisdom of Stoicism meticulously guides us to act with unwavering virtue and profound respect in all aspects of our lives. Stoicism, with its unwavering focus on virtue, self-control, and profound empathy, aligns perfectly, almost seamlessly, with the transformative concept of mesmerizing manners. It's not merely about rigidly adhering to social protocols for the superficial sake of appearances. Instead, it's about authentically embodying deep respect, genuine kindness, and sincere consideration for others through our every action. This profound alignment between timeless Stoic principles and our daily behavior towards others creates a quietly powerful, almost ethereal allure. It signals, unmistakably, that we are not only meticulously mindful of our own actions, but also deeply respect those with whom we choose to interact. Consider for a moment the profound impact of truly, genuinely listening when someone speaks. The act of fully engaging with them, without the constant, distracting pull of our phones or the incessant chatter of our own thoughts, is a cornerstone of Stoic practice. This powerful act of presence communicates, unequivocally, that we deeply value the person and the sacred moment we are sharing with them. It's a deceptively simple, yet profoundly impactful manner that resonates deeply in today's often disengaged and fragmented society. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us about the paramount importance of empathy, of truly understanding and profoundly sharing the feelings of others. When our manners are authentically infused with genuine empathy, when we are quick to offer a helping hand or a sincere word of support, we are actively practicing Stoic virtues in the most relatable, human ways possible. These acts of genuine kindness and profound empathy don't just make us more likable. They effortlessly draw people to us, creating a magnetic pool of warmth and authentic connection. But let's also discuss the often overlooked subtleties of manners. Knowing how to gracefully navigate the inherent complexities of social interactions, from the intricate etiquette of dining to the delicate art of conversation, these seemingly small skills reflect a deep mindfulness and profound respect for both the situation and the company we are in. Stoicism doesn't teach us to withdraw from the world. Rather, it encourages us to engage with it thoughtfully and with profound intention. Mastering these social graces is a testament to that very engagement. It's about clearly showing that we genuinely care enough to meticulously put thought into our actions, to honor the unspoken rules that smoothly pave the way for more meaningful and enriching interactions. Now, imagine a single moment where you gave someone your full, undivided attention. Nothing else mattered but them. That feeling of being seen and heard is the most powerful gift you can give, and it's a force that pulls people toward you like a magnet. This brings us to a concept that is both an ancient philosophy and a modern superpower. 6. The magnetic allure of presence. To be fully present isn't merely sage advice. It's a powerful, transformative call to action. It is, in fact, a potent remedy for the superficial, often disingenuous interactions that have become all too common, almost a default in our relentlessly fast-paced world. And believe it or not, this concept ties beautifully and inextricably into Stoic philosophy, which profoundly emphasizes the paramount importance of living deeply in the present moment and wholeheartedly appreciating each moment for exactly what it is. Stoicism teaches us the invaluable worth of steadfastly focusing on what we can genuinely control and gracefully letting go of what we unequivocally cannot. When we consciously apply this timeless wisdom to our interactions with others, it means offering them our complete, undivided attention, free from the debilitating pull of past regrets or the gnawing anxieties of future uncertainties. It's about engaging with them wholeheartedly, with an unwavering sense of presence that powerfully communicates, "You are profoundly important to me, and there is nowhere else I would rather be right now." This kind of deep, unwavering attention is incredibly rare and precious in today's world, and it possesses the remarkable ability to transform even the most mundane interaction into a truly meaningful, unforgettable connection. Being truly present involves far more than just physically showing up. It profoundly demands an active, engaged participation with the here and now. It means listening, not just to formulate your next response, but to genuinely understand, to truly absorb what the other person is communicating. It's the stark, palpable difference between having a conversation with someone who is constantly, almost unconsciously, checking their phone and talking to someone who is completely, utterly focused on you, making you feel profoundly seen and deeply heard. The latter, without a doubt, can leave an indelible, lasting impression, creating a pervasive sense of warmth and authenticity that is irresistibly attractive. But how do we meticulously cultivate this profound sense of presence in a world that constantly, aggressively vies for our precious attention? It begins with the diligent practice of mindfulness, the conscious awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and immediate surroundings, all without judgment. By diligently becoming more mindful, we can actively catch ourselves when our minds begin to wander aimlessly and gently, yet firmly, bring our focus back to the present moment. It's a skill that, like any other, steadily improves with consistent practice and unwavering patience. Moreover, Stoicism actively encourages us to wholeheartedly appreciate the inherent beauty of the present moment, to perceive it as a precious gift. Every interaction, no matter how brief or seemingly insignificant, is an invaluable opportunity to connect, to learn, and to grow. When we approach our interactions with this profoundly insightful mindset, we not only immeasurably enrich our own lives, but also touch the lives of those around us in deeply meaningful ways. But being truly present also demands a certain degree of vulnerability. It means allowing ourselves to be fully seen and to genuinely see others without the protective shields we so often unconsciously erect. It's about consciously dropping the facade and connecting on a fundamental human level, recognizing that at our deepest core, we all inherently seek understanding and genuine connection. This vulnerability, though it may initially seem daunting and intimidating, is, in fact, incredibly powerful. It meticulously breaks down barriers and assiduously builds trust, laying an unbreakable foundation for deeper, more meaningful, and ultimately more authentic relationships. So you've learned to be present. But what if you're tempted to overshare, to put all your cards on the table at once? What if the key to being more magnetic is not to reveal everything, but to hold something back? This next principle teaches us the profound power of restraint. 7. The captivating allure of mystery. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes, profoundly, less is indeed more. This compelling concept, deeply rooted in the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, teaches us the invaluable worth of restraint and the inherent power of keeping certain aspects of ourselves close to our chest. It's not about resorting to deceit or outright secrecy. Rather, it's about the deliberate, conscious choice of what we choose to reveal about ourselves, and crucially, precisely when we choose to reveal it. This selective sharing, when skillfully employed, creates an undeniable allure that effortlessly draws people in, making them eager to learn more about the enigmatic person behind the curtain. Stoicism, with its profound emphasis on deep inner reflection and relentless personal growth, actively encourages us to steadfastly focus on diligently developing our character rather than desperately seeking external validation. This philosophy aligns perfectly with cultivating a sense of intriguing mystery. By not immediately laying all our cards on the table, we subtly invite others to engage more deeply, to look far beyond the superficial surface. It's a subtle, yet potent invitation to explore, a clear signal that there's far more to us than initially meets the eye. This doesn't imply playing manipulative games or meticulously constructing a false facade. Rather, it's about graciously allowing our inherent complexity and profound depth to naturally unfold over time. Imagine the stark difference between a book that carelessly gives away its entire plot in the very first few pages, and one that intricately weaves a captivating tale, revealing its secrets layer by meticulous layer, making it utterly impossible to put down. Which one captivates you more? The very same principle applies profoundly to personal interactions. A touch of genuine mystery can miraculously transform a conversation from a mere, mundane exchange of information into an intriguing, compelling discovery. It makes each interaction with us a unique chapter in a continuously unfolding story that others are genuinely eager to continue, creating an irresistible magnetic pull towards the true depth of our character. But how do we effectively strike the delicate, crucial balance between openness and intriguing mystery? It all begins with profound mindfulness about what we choose to share and the sincere intention behind that sharing. It's about sharing with genuine purpose, not out of an impulsive need to fill an awkward silence or because we feel unduly pressured by the pervasive oversharing culture. It unequivocally requires self-control, a virtue greatly extolled by Stoicism, to skillfully navigate the fine line between being genuinely open and thoughtfully maintaining a captivating touch of mystery. It's also about profoundly valuing the quality of our connections over their mere quantity, deeply understanding that truly deeper relationships are meticulously built on a robust foundation of mutual discovery and profound respect for each other's inherent depth. Furthermore, wholeheartedly embracing a touch of mystery inherently reflects a deep respect for our own inner world. It openly acknowledges that some thoughts, experiences, and dreams are so inherently precious, so profoundly intimate, that they gain immense value when not freely, carelessly given away. This selective sharing is not about withholding in a negative sense, but about cherishing. It makes the eventual sharing all the more meaningful, because it is genuinely offered, not impatiently demanded. In diligently practicing this Stoic approach to mystery, we also learn the invaluable skill of listening more intently. By being less eager to immediately fill every space with our own stories, we genuinely open ourselves up to truly hear others, to profoundly engage with their very essence. This creates a vibrant, reciprocal dynamic, a beautiful dance of give and take that immeasurably enriches both sides of the conversation. It fosters a genuine curiosity and a deeper connection that can be profoundly satisfying. But what if you feel like you have nothing to share? What if you want to connect with people from vastly different backgrounds, but you feel like you don't have enough in common? The next section will teach you a secret that turns every conversation into a bridge. 8. Cultivating cultural wisdom, a bridge to connection. This isn't merely about knowing isolated facts or being able to name the capital cities of every country. It's about profoundly understanding the very soul of different cultures, appreciating their time-honored traditions, their inherent struggles, and their undeniable joys. It's a continuous journey of broadly expanding our horizons, always guided by the unwavering Stoic pursuit of knowledge and the invaluable virtue of wisdom. The ultimate aim is to cultivate a truly global mindset that wholeheartedly celebrates diversity and passionately fosters empathy in every interaction. Stoicism teaches us the paramount importance of developing an understanding that extends far beyond our immediate, insular experiences. It actively encourages us to look outward, to eagerly learn from the rich tapestry of the world around us, and to recognize the undeniable common humanity that binds all people together. In diligently cultivating cultural wisdom, we are doing precisely that. We are bravely stepping into the shoes of others, exploring the vibrant, multifaceted tapestry of human culture. And in doing so, we are not only immeasurably broadening our own perspectives, but also actively breaking down the insidious barriers that far too often divide us. Imagine the sheer depth and profound richness that genuine cultural wisdom effortlessly adds to our conversations and daily interactions. When we can share a compelling story from a different culture, when we can genuinely express understanding or even utter a few words in another language, we are actively building bridges, not walls. We are demonstrably showing profound respect for the lived experiences of others, and we are clearly signaling that we deeply value diversity, not as some abstract, theoretical concept, but as a vibrant, lived reality. This doesn't demand that we become seasoned world travelers or possess an encyclopedic knowledge of every single culture. Rather, it's about diligently cultivating an insatiable curiosity, maintaining an open mind, and possessing a genuine, heartfelt interest in continuously learning from the world's myriad ways of life. Moreover, Stoicism's unwavering emphasis on self-improvement and continuous personal growth aligns perfectly with the relentless pursuit of cultural wisdom. By intentionally exposing ourselves to diverse worldviews and varied philosophies, we're not merely collecting disparate pieces of information. We're actively challenging our ingrained assumptions, courageously confronting our inherent biases, and profoundly growing in empathy. We're engaging in a powerful form of self-education that meticulously shapes us into more well-rounded, compassionate individuals, truly capable of engaging with the world in a more meaningful and impactful way. But how do we effectively cultivate this invaluable cultural wisdom? It begins with small, intentional, yet powerful steps. Read books from authors around the world, watch films that offer a compelling window into different lives, and actively engage with art and music from diverse cultures. It's about diligently seeking out conversations that genuinely broaden our understanding and courageously push us out of our comfortable, familiar zones. Every cultural encounter, every single piece of knowledge gained, adds a rich, new layer to our understanding, immeasurably enriching our perspective and significantly enhancing our ability to connect meaningfully with others. Cultural wisdom is a key part of connection. But what's the ultimate connector? The one quality that can bypass all cultural barriers, all awkward silences, and all social masks? It's a quality that can't be faked, and it's something we all desperately crave. It's the magnetic power of compassion. 9. The magnetic power of compassion. This isn't just about superficially feeling sorry for someone. It's about truly, profoundly understanding their unique experiences, their joys, their struggles, and genuinely connecting with them on a deep, emotional level. Compassion is the invisible, yet unbreakable bridge that powerfully links our hearts, allowing us to see far beyond our apparent differences and to truly recognize the shared humanity that inextricably binds us all. And in the rich, intricate tapestry of Stoicism, compassion holds an undeniably special, revered place, profoundly reflecting the philosophy's core principles of deep empathy, strong community, and the inherent interconnectedness of all beings. Stoicism teaches us the invaluable worth of recognizing our common bonds, urging us to extend our sincere concern beyond our immediate, familiar circle to embrace the wider community and the world at large. It's a compelling call to action, actively encouraging us not only to feel deeply, but also to act on those profound feelings in a truly meaningful and impactful way. When we approach others with genuine, heartfelt compassion, we are doing far more than just offering mere sympathy. We are, in fact, offering a profound part of ourselves, our precious time, our undivided attention, and our unwavering support. This selfless act of giving, of courageously stepping outside ourselves to actively alleviate the burdens of another, is one of the most magnetic, undeniably attractive qualities a person can possibly possess. It effortlessly draws people to us, creating an undeniable warmth and profound depth in our relationships that is utterly impossible to fabricate or fake. But true compassion isn't always easy. In fact, it often demands considerable effort. It courageously requires us to confront our own discomfort, to patiently sit with the pain of others without rushing to offer quick fixes or empty platitudes. It unequivocally asks us to listen deeply, to genuinely understand before instinctively seeking to be understood ourselves. This level of profound engagement can be incredibly challenging, yet it is also remarkably rewarding. By courageously opening our hearts to the lived experiences of others, we not only help to lighten their heavy load, but also immeasurably enrich our own lives, gaining invaluable insights and perspectives that we might otherwise have completely missed. Moreover, compassion profoundly fosters a vital sense of belonging and strong community. In a world that can often feel isolating, fragmented, and deeply divided, acts of genuine compassion powerfully remind us that we are not truly alone, that we are all part of something far larger than our individual selves. This fundamental sense of connection is what many of us crave at the deepest, most primal level, and it is precisely what makes compassion such an extraordinarily powerful tool for building truly meaningful relationships. When we consistently show genuine concern for the well-being of others, we are laying the unshakable foundation for deep, lasting bonds that transcend the superficialities of everyday interaction. Practicing profound compassion also demands a certain degree of vulnerability. It means courageously opening ourselves up to the very real possibility of being affected by the suffering of others, of feeling their pain as if it were our own. This vulnerability, while it might seem daunting, is also an immense strength. It powerfully demonstrates a level of emotional openness and raw authenticity that is exceptionally rare and incredibly precious. It shows that we are genuinely willing to put aside our ego, to connect with others in a way that is raw and profoundly real. This authentic openness is undeniably magnetic, effortlessly drawing others to us in a way that superficial, surface-level interactions could never, ever achieve. Compassion is powerful, but what about the parts of life that aren't so serious? What about the joy and the lightness? It may seem contradictory to Stoic philosophy, but the next principle reveals how this seemingly simple act is, in fact, one of the most potent tools for connection and resilience. 10. The infectious joy of laughter. It's often truthfully said that laughter is, indeed, the very best medicine. And while it may not miraculously cure all ailments, it certainly possesses the undeniable power to profoundly transform the atmosphere of any room and instantly lift the mood of its inhabitants. Laughter, with its infectious nature and remarkable ability to lighten even the heaviest of hearts, holds a truly special, almost magical kind of power. At first glance, the rigorous philosophy of Stoicism and the spontaneous joy of laughter might seem like unlikely companions, even direct opposites. Yet, Stoicism, at its very core, is profoundly about living a good life, about finding genuine joy in the present moment, and about connecting deeply and authentically with others, all goals that laughter directly effortlessly facilitates. The Stoics, in their profound wisdom, inherently understood the immense value of joy and the paramount importance of not taking life too seriously all the time. They instinctively knew that laughter could serve as a powerful tool for resilience, a liberating way to courageously face the inherent absurdity and formidable challenges of life with a much lighter, more accepting heart. It's in this shared communal laughter that we discover invaluable common ground, a poignant reminder that, despite our myriad differences, we all share the universal, boundless capacity for genuine joy. Laughter also beautifully embodies the Stoic principle of steadfastly focusing on the present. In a moment of genuine, heartfelt laughter, we are entirely, utterly engaged in the here and now, completely free from debilitating worries about the past or gnawing anxiety about the future. It's a powerful form of mindfulness, a way of fully appreciating the present moment and the boundless joy it can inherently hold. When we truly laugh, we're not just enjoying a temporary escape from life's inevitable difficulties. We're actively practicing a profound form of Stoic acceptance, acknowledging that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can undeniably choose to wholeheartedly embrace life's lighter moments with open arms. Moreover, laughter is an extraordinarily powerful connector. It effortlessly breaks down invisible barriers and meticulously builds sturdy bridges. In shared moments of genuine humor, we find ourselves more open, more deeply connected, and more fundamentally human. This aligns perfectly with the Stoic emphasis on community and the profound interconnectedness of all people. By laughing together, we are powerfully reminded of our shared humanity, of the common experiences and universal emotions that inextricably bind us. Laughter creates an undeniable sense of belonging, a comforting feeling that despite our diverse backgrounds and unique life stories, we are not so different after all. But how do we meticulously cultivate more laughter in our daily lives? It all begins with not taking ourselves too seriously. It's about being courageously open to the inherent absurdity of life, finding genuine humor in our own mistakes, and learning to heartily laugh at ourselves. This certainly doesn't mean ignoring the seriousness of certain situations or carelessly dismissing the very real challenges we inevitably face. Instead, it's about gracefully balancing our perspective, recognizing that both joy and sorrow are integral, inseparable parts of the rich human experience. It's about diligently seeking out and actively creating opportunities for joy, whether through engaging with light-hearted content, spending precious time with people who effortlessly make us laugh, or simply practicing the profound art of seeing the inherent humor in everyday situations. You've now learned about the power of laughter. But what's the one thing that gives you the energy and the capacity to show up authentically, to be present, to connect with others, and to find joy? It's not something you do for others. It's something you must do for yourself. And it's a secret weapon for magnetism. 11. The essential practice of self-care. In a world that incessantly pushes us to prioritize everything and everyone else above ourselves, there's a quiet yet profoundly radical act of rebellion that can deeply transform our lives. Genuine self-care. Self-care extends far beyond the occasional spa day or indulging in fleeting treats. It's about making a deliberate, unwavering effort to meticulously look after our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches us the paramount importance of self-mastery and acutely understanding what is truly within our control. Caring for oneself in this enlightened light is not an act of selfishness, but rather a profound exercise in recognizing our fundamental responsibility to diligently maintain our own well-being. The Stoics fervently believed in the inherent value of the self and the paramount significance of diligently ensuring that we are consistently at our absolute best. Why? Because it is only from a place of profound strength and unwavering well-being that we can effectively contribute to the world around us, live in unwavering accordance with our cherished values, and wholeheartedly fulfill our duties to others. Self-care, from a profoundly Stoic perspective, is about demonstrating deep respect for the precious gift of life itself, and for the remarkable body and intricate mind that gracefully carry us through it. It's about openly acknowledging that our inherent capacity to think, to feel, and to act according to our principles is inextricably linked to how diligently and compassionately we look after ourselves. This profound form of self-respect is the unshakable foundation upon which we meticulously build our interactions with the world. When we genuinely value ourselves enough to consciously prioritize our health and happiness, we are far better equipped to bravely face life's formidable challenges with unwavering resilience and profound wisdom. But self-care, in the true Stoic sense, isn't solely about physical health. It's also about diligently cultivating a healthy mind and developing strong emotional resilience. It involves practicing daily mindfulness, engaging in profound reflective thought, and actively seeking out activities that genuinely enrich us intellectually and spiritually. This holistic, comprehensive approach to self-care meticulously ensures that we are not just physically fit, but also emotionally and mentally prepared to genuinely engage with the inherent complexities of life in a deeply meaningful way. Moreover, practicing consistent self-care creates a powerful ripple effect. When we are consistently at our best, we are naturally able to offer more to others. We become more patient, more understanding, and more genuinely present in our cherished relationships. We contribute to our communities with greater enthusiasm and enhanced effectiveness. This is the quintessential embodiment of the Stoic ideal of living in devoted service to the common good. By diligently taking care of ourselves, we are indirectly, yet powerfully, taking care of those around us, because we are in a far better position to offer unwavering support, timeless wisdom, and genuine kindness. So, how precisely do we seamlessly integrate self-care into our daily lives in a way that authentically reflects timeless Stoic values? It begins with simple, intentional actions. Eat nutritious foods that genuinely fuel our bodies. Engage in physical activity that consistently strengthens us. Ensure we get enough restorative rest, and conscientiously set aside dedicated time for profound reflection and true relaxation. It also vitally means setting clear, healthy boundaries to diligently protect our precious time and vital energy, courageously saying no when necessary, and unequivocally prioritizing activities that deeply align with our core values and genuinely contribute to our continuous growth. The final piece of this puzzle is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are in control of your own life. It's the last, but perhaps most powerful, element of magnetism. It is the unshakable fortress of independence. 12. The unshakable fortress of independence. This is a concept that profoundly resonates in a society that, perhaps more than any other, often champions the powerful idea of self-reliance and unfettered personal freedom. However, when we carefully peel back the layers of this concept, we find that the true, profound essence of independence is not about living in solitude or embracing isolation. Rather, it's about the inherent strength and unshakable confidence that undeniably come from deeply knowing you can truly stand on your own 2 feet. This powerful strength, a central, fundamental tenet of Stoicism, is not just about the raw ability to survive without assistance. It's about thriving on your own authentic terms, meticulously making decisions that are deeply aligned with your core values, and living a life that is truly, unequivocally yours. Stoicism, with its profound emphasis on self-discipline, personal responsibility, and the relentless pursuit of virtue, teaches us that true independence is, at its heart, profoundly internal. It's the liberating freedom that emanates from mastering your desires, from being in absolute control of your emotions, and from the deep, unwavering understanding that your happiness and profound peace of mind originate from within, not from fleeting external circumstances or the fluctuating opinions of others. This philosophical approach actively encourages us to cultivate a kind of independence that is deeply rooted in self-sufficiency, unwavering resilience, and the liberating understanding that we possess the inherent power to shape our lives according to our deeply held principles. The allure of this profound kind of independence is undeniable and far-reaching. It's intrinsically attractive because it represents a person who is not easily swayed by the shifting tides of popular opinion, who does not desperately rely on external validation to feel valued or successful. This profound independence manifests in the quiet confidence to make choices that are unequivocally right for you, even when those choices courageously go against the prevailing grain. It's about possessing the inner courage to faithfully follow your own unique path, to wholeheartedly embrace your inherent uniqueness, and to live a life that authentically reflects who you truly are. However, courageously embracing independence certainly doesn't mean callously rejecting the invaluable support and cherished companionship of others. On the contrary, Stoicism teaches us the immense value of community and mutual support. The paramount key lies in diligently finding the perfect balance between enjoying meaningful connections with others and steadfastly maintaining the autonomy to relentlessly pursue your own goals and values. It's about meticulously building relationships that genuinely respect your independence and actively encourage your growth, rather than those that constrain or define you. Cultivating this profound sense of independence fundamentally requires introspection and acute self-awareness. It involves regularly, honestly examining your values, your goals, and the deepest motivations behind your actions. Are you pursuing something because it truly resonates with your inner being, or because you feel unduly pressured by external societal expectations? It also profoundly involves developing unwavering resilience, the remarkable ability to bravely face challenges and navigate setbacks without losing sight of your core values or your intrinsic sense of self. The symphony of silent attraction. As we gracefully wrap up this profound journey through the Stoic art of silent attraction, always remember that the most profound, deeply resonant connections are often meticulously forged in the quietest, most subtle moments. They are built not with loud words, but through the understated yet powerful strength of our authentic character, and in the unadulterated expression of our true selves. Embrace these timeless principles in your daily life, and you will witness, with awe, how the world around you begins to subtly, yet profoundly, transform, effortlessly drawing others to the warmth of your genuine presence and the captivating depth of your spirit. And always, always remember this vital truth. In the profound silence of your actions, your life speaks volumes.
Have you ever felt like you're standing on the edge of a cliff, teetering precariously, with the world's chaos and relentless demands buffeting you like a relentless gale? Have you ever had one of those days where a single wrong word from a colleague, a fleeting glance from a stranger, or a minor hiccup in your plans sends a tidal wave of anger, frustration, or anxiety crashing down on you? It's that moment when your heart pounds in your chest, Your vision blurs with a fiery rage, and you feel a profound sense of powerlessness, as if you're merely a puppet on a string, being jerked around by every external event, every person, every fleeting circumstance. What if I told you that this feeling of being utterly at the mercy of the outside world is a beautiful, seductive, yet ultimately devastating lie? And what if the very thing you've been desperately seeking, that profound sense of calm, clarity, and unshakable inner strength, has been a part of you all along, just waiting to be unlocked? Welcome, my friends, to a journey not into some far-off land, but into the very heart of your own mind. Today, we're going to embark on an enriching episode of The Inner Journey, a deep, philosophical exploration that promises to unlock a hidden reservoir of strength within you, a resilience you never knew you possessed. You see, at this very moment, regardless of the daunting circumstances you might be facing, you hold the intrinsic power to transform what appears to be your greatest challenge into the most significant victory of your life. But how, you might wonder, can such a profound transformation truly occur? Well, prepare to delve deep with me as we journey into the very heart of Stoicism, an ancient yet remarkably relevant philosophy that has, for millennia, empowered countless individuals to not only endure adversity, but to truly flourish amidst the chaos of existence. Take a quiet moment to reflect deeply on your own experiences. When was the last time you encountered a situation that tested the very limits of your patience, or perhaps shook the foundations of your serenity? Did you find yourself merely reacting with a gut-level, impulsive, almost primal reflex? Or were you able to consciously choose a response that truly reflected your deepest values, your unwavering integrity, and the person you genuinely aspire to be? This isn't just a philosophical question. It is the very core of a truly good, well-lived life. The distinction between a reaction and a response is subtle, but it is also the single most powerful shift you can make. And it is the very secret that the Stoics whispered to each other, a secret that has been passed down through the ages, now finally revealed to you. What if the biggest fight you're facing isn't with the world, but with your own mind? And what if winning that battle is far easier than you've ever imagined? Stay with me, because the first step to unlocking your inner calm will change everything. Section 1. The Power of Choice. Let's begin with a simple, yet profoundly revolutionary idea. Our lives are not merely a series of events that happen to us. They are, in fact, a tapestry woven from the countless choices we make in response to those events. We often mistakenly believe that we are helpless, a victim of circumstance, when in reality, we hold an incredible, intrinsic power that no one can ever take from us. The power to choose our response. The Stoics, with their profound wisdom, understood this better than anyone else. They taught that while we can't control what happens to us, we have absolute, unwavering control over how we choose to think about it, what we choose to feel about it, and what we choose to do about it. This isn't just some abstract philosophical concept. This is a practical, actionable tool, a master key that can unlock your freedom from the endless cycle of impulsive reactions. Think about a moment in your own life when you felt completely overwhelmed. Maybe it was an unexpected bill that arrived in the mail, an argument with a loved one that escalated far beyond what you intended, or a frustrating, seemingly insurmountable setback at work. In those moments, it feels like the world is collapsing around you, doesn't it? It feels like the chaos is so immense that you have no choice but to simply react, to lash out, to panic, to give up. But what if, in that very moment, you could create a tiny, almost imperceptible space between the event and your reaction? That small, quiet gap is where your true power resides. That is where you can consciously choose to stop, to breathe, and to respond in a way that truly reflects your highest self, rather than your most primal, knee-jerk impulses. This is the essence of a Stoic mindset. It's not about being emotionless or uncaring. Far from it. It's about being profoundly in tune with your own emotional landscape, so much so that you become its master, not its slave. It's about recognizing the initial spark of anger, frustration, or sadness, but instead of fanning it into a raging inferno, you choose to gently observe it, to understand its root cause, and to guide your actions with calm, deliberate wisdom. This requires a level of self-awareness and discipline that can feel incredibly daunting at first. But trust me when I tell you that it is an art form you can master, a muscle you can train, and a skill that will profoundly transform every single facet of your life. But what about the things we can't control? The truly big, terrifying events. The Stoics had a secret weapon for that, and it's called the dichotomy of control. This is the one concept that will fundamentally redefine your relationship with the world. You're not going to want to miss this. Section 2. The dichotomy of control. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful and liberating concepts in all of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. It's a beautifully simple yet deeply profound idea, and once you truly understand it, it has the power to fundamentally change the way you navigate every single aspect of your life. The dichotomy of control states that everything in the universe can be divided into two distinct categories: things we can control and things we cannot. It's as simple and as complex as that. Things we can control include our own thoughts, our own judgments, our own actions, and our own character. Things we cannot control include other people's opinions, external events, the weather, traffic, or a pandemic. Seems obvious, right? But here's the twist. Most of our anxiety, frustration, and suffering comes from a misguided, relentless desire to control the very things that are utterly outside of our control. We waste a tremendous amount of energy worrying about what others think of us, fretting over events we cannot change, and getting angry at circumstances that are completely beyond our reach. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic teachers, put it so beautifully when he wrote, "Some things are in our control and others are not. Things in our control are opinion, pursuit, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever are our own actions." This is not just a philosophical statement. It's a practical, actionable blueprint for living a truly meaningful, tranquil life. The Stoics would advise us to spend our energy and attention only on the things we can control. If the answer is no, then the only rational, peaceful, and Stoic response is to simply let it go. A story of the dichotomy of control. Let me tell you a story about a man named David. David was a successful executive, but he was also prone to fits of intense, volcanic anger and debilitating anxiety. One morning, he had a crucial job interview for his dream role. He meticulously planned his route, leaving an hour early to account for any unexpected traffic. But as fate would have it, a massive pileup on the highway brought his car to a complete, dead halt. Panic set in. He pounded the steering wheel, his mind racing with furious thoughts about the careless drivers, the incompetent city planners, and the unfairness of it all. He was now going to be late, and he was absolutely certain he would lose the job. By the time he finally arrived, flustered, sweaty, and radiating palpable stress, he completely bombed the interview. A few months later, after discovering Stoicism, David faced a similar situation. This time, he was on his way to an important client meeting, and again, an unexpected event. This time, a subway delay threatened to make him late. But instead of panicking, he paused. The answer was, of course, no. He couldn't magically make the train move faster. He couldn't change the circumstances of the delay. So, he chose a different path. He pulled out his phone, calmly messaged his client to inform them of the delay and apologize, and then used the time to read his notes for the meeting. He arrived a bit late, but he was calm, collected, and completely prepared. The client was impressed by his composure and professionalism, and the meeting went wonderfully. The event was the same, but his response was completely different. But how do we actually do this? How do we go from angry impulse to calm response? The next section will give you the 3 practical steps you can take right now to start retraining your mind. This is where we get actionable. Section 3. The art of responding, not reacting. So, we've talked about the power of choice and the liberating freedom that comes from embracing the dichotomy of control. But how do we actually put this into practice? How do we transition from being a prisoner of our reactions to a master of our responses? The Stoics gave us a powerful 3-step framework that can be applied in any situation, no matter how stressful or chaotic. Step 1. The pause, momentary delay. When you're faced with a difficult or challenging situation, your immediate knee-jerk impulse will be to react. That's your primal brain, your fight-or-flight response, taking over. The first and most crucial step is to simply pause. This isn't just about taking a breath, although that's a part of it. It's about creating that small, quiet space between the event and your impulse. This momentary delay is the single most powerful tool you have. It gives your rational, thoughtful mind a crucial second to catch up and take control before your impulsive, emotional mind has a chance to wreak havoc. After you've created that crucial pause, it's time for the question. This is where you apply the dichotomy of control. The answer will almost always be no, but simply asking the question forces you to confront that reality head-on. If the answer is yes, then you can move to the next step, a purposeful response. If the answer is no, then the only stoic, rational, and peaceful thing to do is to change your own perspective and let it go. Step 3. The conscious response. This is where you move from theory to action. If the situation is within your control, this is where you choose your conscious response. Your response should always be guided by your deepest values, your virtues. For the Stoics, these included things like wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. So, if your boss gives you a piece of feedback that you don't agree with, a reactionary response might be to get defensive and lash out. A conscious, stoic response would be to pause, ask the question, "Can I control my boss's opinion?" and then choose to respond with wisdom. This might look like calmly listening to the feedback, asking clarifying questions, and choosing to act with integrity by focusing on what you can do better in the future. But what if you've already made a mistake? What if you've already reacted in a way you regret? The good news is, Stoicism isn't about being perfect. It's about a practice, a continuous journey of self-improvement. And in the next section, we'll talk about how to forgive yourself and get back on the path. 4. Embracing a Stoic mindset. Living a truly good life isn't about avoiding mistakes. It's about learning from them. We are, after all, fundamentally human. We are going to mess up. We are going to react impulsively sometimes. But here's the beautiful, liberating truth of Stoicism. It's not about being a perfect, unfeeling automaton. It's about the consistent, daily practice of striving to be better. It's about recognizing when you've fallen short, learning from that moment with humility, and then, with unwavering courage, getting back on the path. The Stoics knew that true progress is not a straight line. It's a zigzag, a continuous cycle of falling and getting back up. The real test of your character isn't whether you're perfect in every moment. The real test is what you do after you've stumbled. Do you wallow in guilt and self-pity? Or do you take a deep breath, forgive yourself, and consciously choose to move forward with renewed intention? The Stoic choice is always the latter. It's about being profoundly in tune with the idea that our character is not defined by our mistakes, but by how we choose to respond to them. Think of it like a personal gym. Every time you consciously choose to respond instead of react, you're doing a single rep. Every time you practice the pause, you're strengthening that muscle. And every time you stumble and get back up, you're proving to yourself that you are capable of unwavering resilience and continuous growth. This is the profound, beautiful lesson of Stoicism. It's not a finish line to be crossed, but a path to be walked, a journey of continuous, daily self-improvement. And what about the people in your life who push all your buttons? The ones you can't just let go of? The next section is for you. We're going to talk about the Stoic approach to navigating difficult relationships and why they might actually be a gift in disguise. 5. Navigating life with Stoic wisdom. As we journey towards our conclusion, I want to leave you with a final, powerful thought. The Stoics believed that our goal in life should not be to simply avoid suffering, but to live a life of virtue, to become the best version of ourselves we can possibly be. They taught that the path to a truly good life is one of continuous, unwavering growth. They believed that our own personal growth and continuous evolution not only draw us ever closer to becoming our ideal selves, but that their positive ripple effects also resonate outward, gently yet powerfully, influencing the quality of our relationships, enriching the fabric of our communities, and ultimately contributing to the broader, interconnected tapestry of our shared human existence. This journey we've taken together is just the beginning. The seeds of change have been planted within you. Now it's your sacred duty to water them, to nurture them, and to watch them grow. Remember, every single moment, every breath you take, is a profound choice. It is a precious chance, an invitation, to consciously embody the deep calm, the unwavering resilience, and the profound wisdom that defines Stoicism. In the intricate and beautiful tapestry of your life, your responses are not merely fleeting reactions. They are the very threads of your character, meticulously woven with intention, purpose, and profound meaning. But wait, there's more. The profound, final secret of Stoicism is not just about you. It's about others. And it's the one thing that will truly set you free. Stick with me for one more minute, because this is the lesson that will change how you see everyone around you. The final lesson, the serenity of acceptance. Here's the final, crucial lesson I want to share with you. For all their talk of control and discipline, the Stoics' ultimate goal was not to control everything around them. It was to achieve a state of unwavering serenity, a deep inner peace. They knew that true peace doesn't come from a world without problems. It comes from a mind that can accept problems without letting them disturb its core. It's the profound, radical acceptance of what is. It's the deep understanding that the world is chaotic, that people are imperfect, and that things will not always go your way. And that's okay, because true freedom doesn't come from forcing the world to bend to your will. It comes from gracefully bending your will to the truth of the world. Now, as our paths briefly diverge, I extend to you a heartfelt invitation. Continue your profound exploration. Seek out the suggested videos that appear on your screen, which delve even deeper into the exquisite art of living wisely and living well. Thank you, dear listener, for joining us on this inner journey. Thank you for wholeheartedly embracing this powerful path of mindful response over impulsive reaction. May your journey forward be abundantly enriched with illuminating clarity, profound virtue, and an enduring sense of inner peace. I'll see you in the next one.
Have you ever felt like you're just drifting through life, caught in a powerful current you can't control? You wake up, check your phone, and the world immediately begins pulling you in 100 different directions. The news fills you with anxiety. A work email sparks instant stress, and a friend's comment sends a wave of frustration through you. You feel like a ship without a rudder, constantly being thrown by the whims of external forces. You're exhausted, not from what you've done, but from what the world has done to you. Imagine for a moment a different kind of life. A life where the storms still rage, but you stand on solid ground, unshaken. A life where the pressures of work, the complexities of relationships, and the sudden challenges that appear out of nowhere don't break you, but instead become the very things that make you stronger. What if the secret to profound inner peace and lasting happiness wasn't about changing the world around you, but about mastering the world within you? For centuries, there have been people who lived this way. They weren't born with superhuman calm. They cultivated it. They followed a timeless philosophy that teaches us how to take back control, not of the external world, but of our own emotions and reactions. This ancient wisdom, known as Stoicism, holds the profound secrets you've been searching for, and today we're going to dive deep into its core. I promise you, this isn't just an academic discussion. This is a journey to a fundamental shift in how you experience your life. By the end of this journey, you'll have a set of practical tools to help you navigate the chaos, not just to survive, but to truly thrive, no matter what unpredictable circumstances life decides to throw your way. So, are you ready to start? 1. The guiding light of purpose. Imagine trying to set sail on a vast, boundless ocean without a map, a compass, or a clear destination. You would simply drift, aimlessly, forever, at the mercy of every sudden shift in the wind and every towering wave. You would be lost. That's what life feels like without a firm, guiding purpose. You feel directionless, vulnerable, and constantly at the mercy of external forces. The eminent Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Difficulties show a person's character." This isn't just a nice thought, it's a powerful call to action. When you have a firm purpose, it acts like an internal compass, guiding you through life's most tumultuous seas. This purpose isn't a miraculous gift. It's something you painstakingly build through deep, honest reflection on what truly matters most to you. It goes so much deeper than superficial career goals or fleeting achievements. It's about the core principles and enduring values you want your life to be about. What do you truly stand for? What kind of person do you genuinely aspire to be? These are the fundamental questions you must answer to define your purpose. Once you have this clear purpose, it becomes an unshakable anchor, grounding you firmly in the midst of life's relentless chaos. Challenges will undoubtedly come your way. That's an inevitable truth of existence. But with a firm purpose, these challenges become infinitely more manageable. They transform from seemingly insurmountable mountains into tangible stepping stones that you can confidently climb. Think of it this way. When your values and goals are crystal clear, the overwhelming world around you seems to shrink. Those colossal challenges become merely small, manageable steps on the journey toward your ultimate purpose. And this profound inner strength, cultivated through Stoic wisdom, can't be easily defeated. I once spoke to a woman named Clara, a successful lawyer who felt completely empty. She had the big house, the nice car, the impressive title, but she was miserable. She was drifting. We started talking about purpose, and she realized her career was a means to an end, not an end in itself. What truly mattered to her was helping people who couldn't help themselves. So, she started volunteering at a legal aid clinic. This wasn't about quitting her job, it was about realigning her life. She found a purpose that served as a beacon, guiding her through the daily grind and giving her a sense of profound meaning she had never felt before. This firm purpose is never something you stumble upon by chance. It is the direct result of deliberate, deep reflection on what genuinely matters to you. This reflection demands time and profound honesty. You have to dig deep into the recesses of your soul, moving beyond superficial desires to truly discover what fundamentally drives you. It's a continuous, evolving process of self-discovery and alignment with your true self. Once you have unearthed this purpose and deeply ingrained it into your heart, the vital next step is to apply unwavering diligence to protect and nurture it. This involves immense perseverance and a steadfast commitment to your goals. It's about consistently showing up every single day, even when the journey becomes incredibly tough. It's about pushing through setbacks and failures, knowing they are a necessary part of the larger journey. A firm purpose isn't just a destination, It's a radiant, guiding light. It not only guides you, but also provides an indispensable sense of security and stability. When life's whirlwinds attempt to pull you off course, your firm purpose acts as a sturdy lifebuoy, keeping you from sinking. This, precisely, is the unparalleled power of Stoicism. It is not a rigid set of rules, but a profound understanding of the immense power of will and unwavering determination. Epictetus constantly reminded us that true power resides in our intrinsic ability to stay committed to our purpose, regardless of external obstacles. In this philosophy, nothing is truly impossible, and nothing can genuinely shake your resilient spirit. So I urge you, take some time, reflect deeply on your purpose. Write it down, internalize it, and allow it to guide your every step. So, you've defined your purpose, but what happens when you're sailing confidently toward it, and someone else's words or actions threaten to knock you off course? How do you stay on the path when the world gets loud and negative? Let's talk about the ultimate secret weapon for a calm mind. 2. The art of mind control. When someone offends you, it is a completely natural human response to feel hurt and to instinctively desire retaliation. But this is precisely where Stoicism intervenes with a profoundly powerful lesson. Our emotions are not external impositions. They are the direct result of our own thoughts and personal perspectives. This liberating insight means that we possess the inherent power to choose how we respond to any given situation. Instead of allowing offense to overwhelm us and dictate our reactions, we can choose to view it as a valuable opportunity to strengthen our patience and sharpen our self-awareness. Think of it like this. Every time you consciously resist the impulsive urge to react without thought, you are actively building a vital mental muscle. You are diligently training your mind to remain calm, composed, and unruffled, no matter the provocation. Mind control, in the Stoic sense, is not just a skill. It is a refined art that demands consistent, daily practice. Begin with small, manageable habits. For instance, set small, achievable goals every day. Each time you successfully accomplish a goal, no matter how minor, you build self-confidence and powerfully reinforce your ability to control your own mind. Focus intently on living fully in the present moment and diligently deepening your understanding of your own emotions. When you begin to genuinely realize that you possess the inherent power to choose your reactions, you will inevitably become incredibly resilient to challenges and significantly less swayed by negative emotions. Let me tell you a story about a baker. This isn't just any baker. This is a master baker who dedicates every single day to the meticulous perfection of their craft. This baker is not swayed by excessive criticism, nor are they unduly influenced by effusive praise. Their sole, unwavering focus is on relentlessly improving their skills. They pay absolutely no mind to external opinions. This single-minded dedication allows them to achieve a profound sense of true freedom and deep inner peace. They are so focused on their own mastery that the noise of the outside world simply fades away. Similarly, by diligently guarding your mind against detrimental external influences, you can focus entirely on your own invaluable growth. Guarding your mind also critically involves setting firm, healthy boundaries. Be intensely mindful of what you allow into your precious mental space. Just as you would never permit garbage to enter your home, do not allow negative thoughts, toxic individuals, or harmful media to clutter your mind. Instead, consciously surround yourself with positive influences that genuinely uplift and inspire you. Read books that expand your knowledge, engage in conversations that challenge and grow your thinking, and spend quality time with people who truly support and encourage your best self. Stoic philosophy is not merely a classical discipline. It is an incredibly powerful and practical tool for modern life. By diligently learning to control our minds and maturely handle our emotions, we can achieve genuine peace and profound freedom in a volatile and uncertain world. This isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about deeply understanding them and responding in a way that aligns perfectly with our core values and life purpose. One highly practical technique is to consistently practice mindfulness or meditation. These practices help you become acutely aware of your thoughts and emotions, creating a crucial gap between the external stimulus and your internal response. In that precious gap lies your power and your freedom. By regularly practicing mindfulness, you train your mind to observe without immediately reacting, thereby giving you significantly greater control over your emotional landscape. Another vital aspect of guarding your mind is cultivating a robust growth mindset. Embrace challenges enthusiastically as invaluable opportunities for growth, rather than perceiving them as threats. When you inevitably encounter difficulties, steadfastly remind yourself that every obstacle is a potent chance to become stronger and wiser. This powerful shift in perspective can fundamentally transform how you experience adversity, making you far more resilient and significantly less susceptible to negative influences. Remember, guarding your mind is a lifelong journey. It is about consistently choosing to focus on what you can truly control: your thoughts, your responses, and your attitudes. It's about unequivocally rejecting the victim mentality and wholeheartedly embracing the empowering role of an active creator of your own experience. The more diligently you practice, the more natural it will become. And soon enough, you will discover that external events possess less and less power to disturb your inner peace. We've learned how to guard our minds. But what about when the negativity comes from people we care about? What about when a friend or a family member says something that feels like a punch to the gut? What do we do when we're faced with criticism that feels deeply personal? Let's explore the Stoic strategy for handling that. 3. Gracefully handling criticism. Epictetus wisely taught that we cannot control the opinions or actions of others, but we absolutely can control how we react to them. This profound principle means that even when someone criticizes us harshly, we possess the inherent power to decide how much that criticism will genuinely affect us. In today's complex world, this translates to accepting that everyone possesses their own unique perspectives and values, which may not always align with ours. It is completely normal to encounter differing opinions and, at times, even harsh words. What truly matters is how we process and skillfully respond to these situations. The crucial first step in handling criticism effectively is to achieve a deep understanding of ourselves. When you have a crystal clear understanding of your motivations and the fundamental reasons behind your actions, criticism from others loses its piercing sting. If you know that you are consistently acting according to your values and principles, negative words from others become significantly less significant. This profound self-awareness creates an unshakable foundation that diligently protects you from being easily swayed by external opinions. When unequivocally faced with criticism, instead of reacting defensively, take a deliberate moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is there any truth in this criticism? Sometimes, even seemingly harsh feedback can contain valuable insights that can genuinely help us grow. This doesn't imply that you must accept all criticism as inherently valid, but being open to thoughtfully considering it demonstrates maturity and a genuine willingness to learn. Stoicism also deeply teaches the immense importance of patience and gentleness. Patience allows us to gracefully maintain our composure and avoid reacting hastily or negatively to criticism. Gentleness helps us to meticulously maintain good relationships with others, even when they profoundly disagree with us or offer criticism. Think of the lives of people who have faced immense harm and insults with extraordinary patience and kindness, always holding steadfastly to their chosen path. By consistently practicing patience and gentleness, we can skillfully handle criticism without allowing it to disrupt our precious inner peace. Handling criticism also crucially involves developing a thick skin. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or callously ignoring feedback, but rather assiduously building resilience. It's about understanding that not all criticism is inherently about you. Sometimes, people criticize others due to their own insecurities, frustrations, or simple misunderstandings. By recognizing this crucial distinction, you can effectively depersonalize the criticism and prevent it from affecting your self-worth. Let me give you a personal example. A few years ago, I shared a passion project with a close friend, expecting excitement. Instead, he gave me a laundry list of all the reasons it would fail. My first instinct was hurt and anger. I felt a wave of defensiveness. But then, I paused. I realized he was in a state of deep personal frustration at the time, struggling with his own career. His criticism wasn't a reflection of my project's worth. It was a reflection of his own pain. I was able to respond to him with compassion later, not defensiveness. And our relationship was strengthened because I chose to see beyond the surface. Remember that you possess the inherent power to choose your response. Just because someone criticizes you doesn't mean you have to accept their judgment as the final, definitive word on your character or abilities. You are empowered to choose to take what is useful and wisely discard the rest. This selective and discerning approach to handling criticism allows you to grow without being weighed down by negativity. Engaging in constructive dialogue is yet another highly effective way to handle criticism. If the criticism originates from someone close to you, calmly ask for clarification and express your perspective. This not only helps resolve any potential misunderstandings, but also significantly strengthens your relationships by fostering open communication and mutual respect. When people observe you responding to criticism with grace, composure, and a genuine willingness to learn, they are highly likely to admire your strength and aspire to follow your exemplary example. You become a powerful role model for resilience and emotional intelligence. We've talked about criticism, but what about the next level? Offense. When someone's actions feel like a personal attack, how do you stop that feeling from consuming you? What's the secret to transforming that hurt into something powerful instead of letting it fester? 4. The transformative power of offense. Epictetus profoundly taught that what truly frightens and dismays us is not the events themselves, but rather how we choose to think about them. This fundamental truth means that when someone offends you, it is not their words or actions that inherently hurt you, but rather your own perception and reaction to those words or actions. The true power lies entirely within you to decide how much an offense will genuinely impact you. This principle is incredibly liberating because it decisively shifts the control from external circumstances to your internal world. Transforming offense isn't about denying your emotions. It is entirely natural to feel hurt or angry when you are offended. Stoicism teaches us to acknowledge these emotions fully without allowing them to control us. It's about meticulously creating a crucial space between the external stimulus and your internal response. In that invaluable space lies your inherent power to choose a response that perfectly aligns with your core values and long-term goals. One practical and highly effective way to transform offense is through cognitive reframing. When you feel offended, consciously try to look at the situation from a completely different angle. Instead of fixating on the negative aspects, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? This doesn't mean you have to agree with the offender, but it allows you to extract any potential lessons and genuinely grow from them. For instance, a friend once deeply offended me with a comment about my lifestyle choices. Instead of taking it personally, I chose to reframe it. I realized that no, their comment was based on their own insecurities, not on reality. But the experience itself was a valuable opportunity to affirm my unwavering commitment to my values. It made me realize just how deeply I believed in the path I was on. The offense didn't weigh me down. It became a moment of clarity and strength. Stoicism also profoundly emphasizes the vital importance of empathy. When someone offends you, actively try to put yourself in their shoes. What might they be going through that caused them to act in such a way? This empathetic perspective can help you respond with compassion rather than immediate anger. It's not about excusing bad behavior, but about deeply understanding the universal human condition and recognizing that everyone has their own unique struggles. Another incredibly powerful technique is to diligently practice forgiveness. Holding on to offense and festering resentment only harms you. It's akin to drinking poison and naively expecting the other person to suffer. By consciously choosing to forgive, you free yourself from the debilitating burden of negative emotions. Forgiveness does not equate to condoning the offense, but rather to releasing its suffocating hold on you. It is a profound gift you give to yourself, allowing you to move forward with unencumbered peace and pristine clarity. Stoic philosophy also unequivocally teaches us that true strength lies in bravely embracing and triumphantly overcoming difficulties, not in timidly avoiding them. Every offense you encounter is a valuable opportunity to diligently build your resilience. Just like a muscle grows stronger through consistent resistance, your character unequivocally strengthens through bravely facing and skillfully transforming offenses. The more consistently you practice this, the more naturally it will come, until you discover that external events possess little to no power to disturb your cherished inner peace. Remember that transforming offense is a continuous practice. It's not something you perfect overnight. It demands patience, profound self-awareness, and an unwavering commitment to personal growth. Each time you choose to transform an offense, you are powerfully reinforcing a positive habit and making it progressively easier to respond constructively in the future. So we've learned to handle the external attacks. But what about the internal ones? What about the dark, heavy weight of fear and shame that can paralyze us from the inside out? The Stoics had a secret for this too, a way to face these powerful emotions head-on and take their power away forever. This means that these potent emotions are not inherent in the situations themselves, but are fundamentally products of our own interpretations. Once we grasp this liberating insight, we can begin to fundamentally change the way we perceive and respond to fear and shame. Fear often arises from the unknown or from the distressing anticipation of negative outcomes. It's a natural, protective response, but it can become debilitating if left unchecked. Stoicism teaches us to face our fears head-on. Instead of instinctively avoiding what scares us, we should examine it closely. Break it down into specific, manageable concerns. Often you will find that the fear loses much of its power when you analyze it rationally. For instance, imagine you're terrified of public speaking. This fear might stem from the worry of being judged or making mistakes. But by breaking it down, you realize that the audience isn't there to harshly judge you. They are there to listen and learn. And even if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Every speaker stumbles at some point. By facing this fear and preparing thoroughly, you gradually build confidence. Each time you speak, you chip away at the fear, and it becomes more manageable. Shame is a deep-seated emotion that can make us feel unworthy or flawed. It often stems from societal pressures or past mistakes. Stoicism teaches us to confront shame with unwavering courage and profound self-compassion. It's about bravely accepting our imperfections and diligently learning from our experiences rather than allowing ourselves to be perpetually defined by them. Consider a situation where you feel deeply ashamed of a past mistake. Instead of allowing this shame to fester and consume you, face it directly. Reflect deeply on the mistake and genuinely understand why it happened. What invaluable lessons can you extract from it? How can you powerfully use this experience to grow and become a better person? This transformative process of reflection and continuous learning helps you to convert shame into a valuable, empowering lesson, rather than a persistent source of self-loathing. Another incredibly powerful tool in triumphantly overcoming shame is self-forgiveness. Holding on to shame keeps us trapped in a suffocating cycle of relentless self-criticism. By forgiving ourselves, we release the heavy, oppressive burden and graciously allow ourselves to move forward. This doesn't mean excusing our mistakes, but rather acknowledging them, learning deeply from them, and then gently letting them go. It's a crucial, indispensable step in the journey of healing and profound personal growth. To effectively practice overcoming fear and shame, begin with small, manageable steps. Gradually expose yourself to situations that trigger these challenging emotions. Use each experience as an invaluable learning opportunity. Over time, you will diligently build resilience and discover that what once terrified or shamed you no longer possesses the same debilitating hold over you. This gradual exposure and thoughtful reflection help to effectively desensitize you to the fear and shame, making them significantly more manageable. Stoicism also profoundly teaches the immense importance of community and genuine support. Share your fears and feelings of shame with trusted friends or wise mentors. Opening up about these sensitive emotions can be incredibly liberating and provide you with fresh perspectives and much-needed encouragement. Often, you'll discover that others have faced remarkably similar challenges and can offer invaluable insights and compassionate support. We've now learned how to face our inner demons. But what about the future? How can we prepare ourselves for the next storm before it even hits? The Stoics had a remarkable, counterintuitive practice that might seem a little dark at first, but it is the ultimate tool for building an unshakable mind. 6. Anticipating obstacles and building unshakable inner strength. Epictetus thoughtfully suggested that by diligently envisioning potential difficulties along our path, we consciously prepare ourselves to face them with calm and thoughtful consideration. This isn't about succumbing to pessimism or constantly expecting the worst. It's about being profoundly realistic and fully ready for anything that life might present. When you anticipate obstacles, you are not caught off guard or thrown into disarray when they inevitably appear. Instead, you have already proactively considered possible solutions and effective ways to manage your reactions. One highly practical way to anticipate obstacles is through a powerful technique known as premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This involves dedicating time to vividly visualize potential challenges and thoughtfully consider how you would respond to them. For example, before a significant meeting, you might mentally rehearse what could potentially go wrong: technical difficulties, tough questions, or even personal nervousness. By envisioning these scenarios, you can proactively plan your responses and significantly reduce the disruptive impact of surprise. This practice isn't about dwelling on negativity, but rather about meticulously building mental resilience. When you've mentally rehearsed handling difficulties, you are considerably less likely to be thrown off balance when they actually occur. You become far more adaptable and truly capable of maintaining your composure, which is a definitive hallmark of Stoic philosophy. Anticipating obstacles also fundamentally means being flexible and openly receptive to change. Life rarely unfolds exactly as meticulously planned, and rigid expectations can inevitably lead to profound disappointment and unnecessary stress. By anticipating that things may not go precisely as expected, you can remain incredibly flexible and readily adjust your plans as needed. This profound adaptability is absolutely crucial for navigating life's inherent uncertainties with grace and remarkable effectiveness. Another immensely important aspect of anticipating obstacles is diligently maintaining a balanced perspective. While it is undoubtedly useful to consider potential difficulties, it is equally vital to consistently recognize your strengths and available resources. Acknowledge the skills, knowledge, and supportive systems you currently possess that can actively help you overcome challenges. This balanced approach ensures that you are adequately prepared without becoming overly anxious or negative. This simple yet profoundly impactful statement powerfully underscores the true essence of inner strength. Our genuine power lies not in attempting to alter external circumstances, but in mastering our own inner responses. When faced with adversity, whether it's severe criticism from a trusted friend or an unexpected setback that throws your plans into disarray, we possess the inherent freedom to choose our response. This pivotal choice defines our character and irrevocably shapes our life's trajectory. Inner strength is meticulously cultivated through diligent self-awareness and consistent, deliberate practice. It begins with recognizing your emotions without allowing them to overwhelm or control you. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather observing them objectively and understanding their underlying roots. When you become acutely aware of your emotional triggers, you can far better manage your reactions. This profound self-awareness is the crucial first step towards building formidable inner strength. Stoicism also profoundly emphasizes the paramount importance of distinguishing between what is truly within our control and what is not. We cannot control other people's actions or opinions, but we can always control our own attitudes and responses. By focusing intently on what we can control, we conserve our precious energy and significantly reduce unnecessary stress. This powerful mindset shift is incredibly empowering and helps us stay firmly grounded in the face of external turbulence. Forgiveness is yet another powerful aspect of inner strength. Holding on to grudges and festering resentment actively drains our energy and clouds our judgment. By consciously forgiving, we free ourselves from the debilitating burden of negative emotions and create valuable space for genuine healing and profound growth. Building inner strength also intrinsically involves developing unwavering resilience. Life is replete with ups and downs, and setbacks are an inevitable part of the human experience. The key is to view these setbacks as invaluable opportunities to powerfully strengthen your character. Every challenge you courageously face is a potent chance to practice resilience and unwavering perseverance. Over time, this consistent practice fortifies your inner strength, making you far more adaptable and significantly less susceptible to being overwhelmed by external pressures. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a practical, actionable tool for navigating the complexities of everyday life. By thoughtfully integrating these timeless principles into your daily routine, you will begin to notice immediate, tangible improvements in how you effectively handle stress, navigate conflict, and foster profound personal growth. The enduring ancient wisdom of Stoicism has persevered for centuries precisely because it is incredibly practical and deeply transformative, providing invaluable guidance to help us remain unshaken and resilient in an increasingly chaotic world. We have covered key strategies that can help you not only survive, but truly thrive amidst a world full of challenges. As we conclude our journey through these profound Stoic principles, remember this vital lesson. True power resides not in attempting to control the external world around you, which is largely beyond your grasp, but in diligently mastering your own mind and actions. This internal mastery is where true freedom and unshakable peace are found. Embrace the transformative wisdom of Stoicism and allow it to steadfastly guide you towards a life overflowing with inner peace, formidable resilience, and profound fulfillment. Your peace and integrity are unequivocally worth protecting, no matter who tries to undermine them. Setting boundaries is not merely a defense mechanism. It is a powerful declaration of your self-worth and an unwavering commitment to living a virtuous, authentic life. Stay strong, stay grounded, and continue your remarkable path to wisdom and well-being. What if the wisdom to truly master your emotions and thrive under immense pressure has been hiding in plain sight for over 2,000 years, just waiting for you to discover it? Imagine a life where you face every challenge, every setback, and every moment of doubt with an unshakable inner peace, allowing nothing to disturb your calm. And what if the key to unlocking this fulfilled and truly meaningful life isn't found in trying to control external events, but rather in the profound power of how you choose to respond to them? Did you know that the secret to transforming your life's biggest challenges into your greatest opportunities might have been discovered over 2 millennia ago? Imagine facing life's fiercest storms with a calm so powerful, so unwavering, that nothing could possibly shake your inner peace. Sounds like an almost mythical superpower, right? Well, it's not merely a fantasy confined to ancient legends. This ancient superpower is, in fact, an age-old philosophy known as Stoicism, and it's as profoundly practical and relevant today as it was in the bustling markets and grand marble halls of ancient Rome and Greece. This philosophy teaches us a fundamental truth. While we may not be able to control every single aspect of our lives, from the unpredictable actions of others to the whims of fate, we possess absolute and undeniable power over how we choose to react to them. In today's hyper-connected, often chaotic world, where uncertainty seems to be the only constant, this ancient wisdom offers a lifeline, a profound path to resilience and serenity. In this deep dive, we'll explore timeless secrets that are more relevant now than ever. We'll uncover how to fortify your mind against unexpected crises, recognize subtle signs of dishonesty in others, and, most importantly, master your own emotional landscape, especially when anger threatens to consume you. This isn't just theory. These are actionable strategies that will empower you to live with greater purpose, protect your peace, and transform challenges into stepping stones. The journey starts now. 1. The power of singular focus. The myth of multitasking. In our hyper-connected, always-on world, we are constantly bombarded with a single, dangerous message. Do more. Be more. Juggle more. We wear multitasking like a badge of honor, a sign of our efficiency and hustle. But what if that very approach is not only sabotaging our productivity, but more importantly, destroying our peace of mind? This simple yet revolutionary idea is the absolute antidote to our frantic, modern lives. In an era that celebrates the myth of multitasking, we desperately need to pause and reconsider its true cost. When we try to do multiple things at once, we aren't actually doing any of them well. We're spreading our most precious resource, our attention, incredibly thin. This leads to more mistakes, lower quality of work, and a nagging, constant feeling of being overwhelmed. We think we're being accomplished, but in reality, we're just spinning our wheels. This kind of singular focus isn't just a productivity hack. It's about cultivating a deep quality of mind that values depth over superficial breadth. Think about it. When you fully immerse yourself in a single task, a demanding project, a personal passion, or a meaningful conversation with a loved one, you create something with your best self. This deep work fosters an incredible sense of accomplishment and profound satisfaction. It's the difference between merely ticking off a box and truly creating something of value. The psychological benefits are also monumental. Focusing on one thing dramatically reduces the cognitive load on our brains, minimizing stress and remarkably enhancing our decision-making capabilities. A great thinker who valued the development of virtues through habitual right action would likely champion this practice as a powerful way to cultivate temperance or self-control. It helps us regulate our innate desire for distraction and instant gratification, strengthening our mental discipline. Our brains simply aren't wired to handle multiple complex tasks simultaneously. The quality of our life, and indeed the quality of our work, improves dramatically when we commit our full, undivided attention to one thing at a time. Embracing this core Stoic principle isn't about becoming more productive. It's about becoming more thoughtful, more peaceful, and ultimately, a more balanced individual. It is a conscious rejection of the chaotic noise of modern life and a deliberate embrace of a more purposeful, intentional mode of being. What if your biggest distraction isn't your phone, but the belief that you can handle it all? If you want to truly reclaim your time and your mind, this next section will show you how to master the very impulses that lead you astray. 2. Mastering your impulses, reclaiming your inner calm. Do you ever feel like your emotions are driving the bus, leading you down paths of regret or unnecessary suffering? Like an invisible puppet master, your impulses pull the strings, and you find yourself reacting in ways you later regret. You lash out at a loved one, you make a rash decision at work, or you scroll mindlessly for hours when you know you should be doing something else. This reveals a profound and often uncomfortable truth. Our unchecked impulses, those automatic and fleeting reactions, are the source of immense emotional turmoil. Stoicism, with its strong emphasis on self-control and rational thinking, gives us a robust framework to address this fundamental human challenge. It doesn't tell us to suppress our emotions. That's neither healthy nor sustainable. Instead, it teaches us something far more powerful: to understand them, and, most importantly, to master them. This process of mastering our impulses begins with radical self-awareness. This timeless statement highlights the absolute necessity of self-mastery in achieving true freedom. By becoming acutely aware of our impulses and the specific triggers that set them off, we become far better equipped to handle them rationally. It's the crucial difference between reacting impulsively and responding consciously. Let's imagine a scenario. You get an email from your boss that criticizes your work. Your immediate visceral reaction is a hot surge of anger and defensiveness. An undisciplined mind would fire off a furious reply, full of excuses and blame. A disciplined mind, however, would pause. It would acknowledge the anger, but then choose a different path. It would take a moment to breathe, to reread the email, and to objectively consider the feedback. It would then craft a thoughtful, composed response that reflects your long-term goals and values rather than your short-term impulse. This single choice, to pause and respond, is where true power resides. A great thinker also spoke eloquently about moderating our impulses through the systematic development of virtues. He believed that true virtue lies in finding the golden mean, a perfect balance between excess and deficiency. For instance, courage is the balanced mean between recklessness and cowardice. In the same way, we strive to find a beautiful balance between spontaneous, often regretted reactions and complete, paralyzing inaction. Our aim is to cultivate thoughtful, deliberate responses that genuinely reflect our best selves. This practice also involves cultivating rational thought as a deeply ingrained habit. A revered Roman emperor, in his timeless meditations, frequently reflected on the immense importance of aligning our thoughts with rational and virtuous principles. He famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This perspective powerfully encourages us to focus on our internal responses rather than being at the mercy of external provocations. By critically examining our impulses with the invaluable aid of philosophical wisdom, we can begin to make choices that are not dictated by fleeting emotions, but are instead the direct result of careful thought and profound reflection. This is the path to a life where decisions are made not in the overwhelming heat of the moment, but with a clear, composed, and remarkably discerning mind. But what happens when you're not just reacting to external events, but anticipating them? The next part of our journey might sound a little dark, but it's the ultimate secret weapon for preparing for anything. 3. The power of premeditation. Training for the inevitable. We have a human instinct to avoid thinking about the bad things that could happen. We put on a brave face, hope for the best, and cross our fingers that our good luck will hold. But what if this very instinct is preventing us from building true resilience? What if mentally preparing for the worst actually makes you stronger and more peaceful? A master of profound wisdom gave a piece of advice that sounds dramatic, even morbid at first glance. Rehearse them in your mind: exile, torture, war, shipwreck. Before you click away, understand what he's truly getting at. He isn't telling us to fill ourselves with dread. Quite the opposite. He's introducing the powerful concept of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. It's about deliberately anticipating and mentally rehearsing for the worst possible scenarios, not to obsessively worry, but to significantly diminish the shock and pain when difficulties inevitably occur. It's about vividly visualizing the most challenging situations to become emotionally and mentally equipped to handle whatever curveballs life throws our way. Think about a professional athlete. They spend countless hours practicing under simulated conditions, often far more strenuous than a real game. They do this to prepare their bodies and minds for the immense physical and mental strain of competition. In the same way, by mentally rehearsing challenging situations in our own lives, we're training our minds. We're teaching ourselves to handle stress and adversity with far less panic and significantly more poise. Let's apply this to a modern anxiety: job security. Instead of spiraling into paralyzing fear, you could proactively start preparing. This might mean updating your resume, enhancing your skills through courses, or thoughtfully exploring alternate career paths. That way, if the worst were to happen, you wouldn't be caught completely off guard. Instead, you'd be positioned to handle the situation with a sense of agency and calm. This powerful practice also helps us deeply appreciate our current state. When we genuinely realize how much worse things could be, our everyday problems often seem far less overwhelming. You might be frustrated with your morning commute, but when you've mentally rehearsed losing your car in an accident, your frustration transforms into gratitude for simply being on the road. This isn't about living in a state of constant anxiety. It's about a realistic, grounded acknowledgement of potential negative outcomes. It helps us forge a resilient mindset where we're not overwhelmed by adversity, but rather fortified against it. It's a fundamental shift from being reactive to being responsive. Now, if you want to take this one step further and not just prepare for the worst, but actively get stronger from it, the next lesson is for you. 4. Embracing hardship voluntarily. The path to unshakable strength. We instinctively avoid discomfort, choosing the path of least resistance. But what if this very instinct is preventing us from unlocking our true strength? What if deliberately choosing the hard road is the fastest way to build an unshakable mind? This idea lies at the very heart of Stoicism and points to a practice that can seem strange at first: voluntarily embracing hardships. It's about deliberately choosing to experience discomfort, not as a form of self-punishment, but as a conscious, strategic way to fortify our mental resilience and expand our capacity to handle life's inevitable challenges. Think about a bodybuilder. They don't just lift the same weight every day. They intentionally add more plates to the bar, knowing that the temporary discomfort of a heavier load is what will make their muscles stronger. In the same way, by consciously stepping out of our comfort zones, we're not just testing our existing limits, we are actively expanding them. For example, if you dread public speaking, you could regularly and intentionally put yourself in situations where you must speak in front of others. What once felt insurmountable gradually becomes manageable and eventually surprisingly comfortable. This is about forging a deep, profound sense of self-efficacy. You prove to yourself, through direct action, that you are truly capable of overcoming obstacles, which in turn builds immense self-confidence. This practice isn't about masochistically seeking out suffering. It's about recognizing that profound growth almost always emerges from discomfort. By integrating this principle into our lives, we also learn to appreciate our current circumstances far more deeply. When we know from direct experience that we can endure less, we can genuinely enjoy the simple pleasures of life with greater contentment and gratitude. But what if the hardship you're facing isn't a physical or mental challenge, but a narrative you've built in your mind? The next part of our discussion will challenge your deepest beliefs about suffering. 5. Escaping victimhood. The power of your perception. How often do we fall into the insidious trap of believing we are passive victims of our circumstances? This can lead to a debilitating mindset where everything happens to us rather than for us. This profound statement is a stark reminder that our interpretation of events, not the events themselves, is often the true cause of our greatest suffering. Stoicism, at its core, teaches us the paramount importance of perception. We can't always control external events, but we possess absolute control over our perceptions and our reactions to those events. If we view ourselves as passive victims, we surrender our agency and our power. However, if we consciously choose to view challenges as precious opportunities to grow, we maintain unwavering control over our responses. Consider a common scenario. You don't get a promotion you desperately wanted. Your initial reaction is to feel completely sidelined and unfairly treated. While these feelings are valid, Stoicism invites you to critically examine your reaction. Are you viewing the situation solely through a narrow lens of loss and unfairness? What if, instead, you saw this as an opportunity to actively seek constructive feedback, to significantly improve your skills, or even to reassess your entire career path to find a better, more aligned fit? This shift doesn't mean ignoring the injustices or difficulties you face in life. It means consciously shifting your focus from what happens to you to how you respond. And instead, begin asking the empowering questions. What can I learn from this? This mental shift is truly freeing. It allows us to live with a deep sense of purpose and robust resilience, making us far better equipped to handle future challenges. It is about taking conscious charge of our own narrative, unequivocally acknowledging that we are the architects of our own reality. But in a world of constant noise and distraction, how do you even begin to hear that powerful inner voice? The answer lies in the next part of our journey. 6. The clarity of solitude. Finding your true voice. In a world that screams for our constant attention, where being alone is often seen as a problem, what if the most powerful path to self-discovery and inner peace lies in purposeful solitude? What if the noise of the world is actually drowning out the most important voice of all, your own? An ancient philosopher's timeless advice to retire into yourself as much as possible profoundly emphasizes the immense, often underestimated value of solitude. This is not an encouragement to become an isolated recluse, but a heartfelt invitation to engage in deep self-reflection and profound introspection. In our relentlessly fast-paced, hyper-connected world, the constant noise and endless distractions can easily drown out our precious inner voice and hinder our ability to reflect on our personal growth. A revered Roman emperor frequently wrote about the paramount importance of introspection. He believed that understanding oneself is essential to living a life of true virtue and purpose. This highlights the powerful idea that solitude provides a sacred sanctuary where you can genuinely escape the relentless demands of the external world and intently focus on internal development. The intentional practice of solitude graciously allows us to explore our thoughts and emotions without any external distraction. It gives us the crucial space to process our experiences and to consciously align our actions with our core principles. By regularly engaging in this practice, we cultivate a profound understanding of who we truly are and what we genuinely want from life. The Stoic practice of seeking solitude also powerfully encourages us to develop profound resilience. Another great teacher passionately emphasized the fundamental need for personal reflection to fortify the mind against adversity. He advised individuals to use solitude as a tool to strengthen their character and mental endurance, thereby preparing them for the inevitable challenges that life will surely bring. This practice is not about escaping life. It is, in fact, about deepening your engagement with it. By retiring into yourself, you gain the profound clarity needed to act more thoughtfully and effectively in the world. 7. The unsettling truth. 10 ways to detect dishonesty. Now let's turn our Stoic lens outward. While we can master our own minds, we are also surrounded by people, and not all of them have our best interests at heart. Have you ever looked at a friend or colleague and wondered if their friendly smiles and sweet words hide something darker, like jealousy or lies? It's easy to think we can spot insincerity, but the truth is, it's often not that simple. Deception can be incredibly well hidden, and the people who harbor these feelings can be the most dangerous to have in your life. Your intuition, that quiet sense of unease, is a powerful tool. But what if you could learn to trust it, to back it up with a timeless, philosophical framework? What if you could see the truth in people's actions and not just their words? This part of our journey will give you a practical toolkit rooted in Stoic wisdom to unmask and handle the jealousy and deception you encounter in others. 1. Observe their actions, not just their words. One of the foundational principles of Stoic philosophy is simple yet profound. Don't just believe in words, believe in actions. A person's actions are the most authentic mirror of their true nature and intentions. Words can be twisted or masked, but actions reveal the undeniable truth. Pay close attention to any inconsistencies between what they say and what they do. A colleague might praise your success to your face, but then secretly undermine your efforts behind your back. It's their actions, not their spoken compliments, that truly reveal their hidden agenda. This is a telltale sign of insincerity, often rooted in jealousy. As a great thinker once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be." 2. Evaluate their response to your success. How people react to your successes is an incredibly telling indicator of their true feelings. Jealous individuals often struggle to hide their discomfort when they witness others thriving. They might try to downplay your achievements with subtle, baseless criticisms, or offer congratulations that feel utterly hollow and fake. Someone who genuinely supports you will be authentically happy to see you progress. They understand that each of your achievements is a vital step forward on your own unique journey. Conversely, those who harbor resentment will perceive your success as a direct threat. They might spread rumors or attempt to subtly sabotage your path. Their feedback will be negative and unhelpful. Do you have a friend who is always happy for you, or one whose smile seems to fade when you share good news? The answer will reveal who is genuinely sincere. 3. Notice how they interact with those who can't benefit them. Stoic philosophy imparts a crucial lesson. Respect and compassion should be extended to everyone, especially to those who are weaker or hold a perceived lower status. A truly noble soul never looks down on anyone. A thoughtful person treats everyone with genuine respect and kindness, from the CEO to the service employee. Conversely, jealous and deceitful individuals often display kindness only when there's a clear benefit to them. They tend to show disdain and even mistreat those from whom they perceive no immediate value. If a colleague is overly friendly to their superiors, but then becomes overbearing and contemptuous towards the service staff, this is a glaring sign of deceit and jealousy. They are respecting not the person, but the power and the potential personal gain. 4. Distinguish between praise and flattery. Excessive flattery is a clear and often overlooked sign of deception and jealousy. Sincere compliments are always constructive and genuine, but when they cross the line into unreasonable excess, you should immediately become wary. The person using it might be trying to mask their own jealousy or attempting to manipulate you. Excessive praise can lower your guard, making you dangerously susceptible. A jealous colleague might shower you with compliments in front of everyone, but then criticize you behind your back. 5. Monitor consistency in their behavior. One of the most crucial things to observe is how consistently a person acts across different situations. Stoic philosophy encourages us to assess whether people's behavior aligns with their stated beliefs and declarations over time. A jealous and deceitful person often struggles to maintain this kind of consistency. They might appear overtly friendly and sincere when they need to take advantage of someone, but then become cold and mean once that person is no longer useful. It's vital to distinguish between isolated incidents and a recurring pattern where they show a completely different face when you're not around. This inconsistency is a crystal clear sign of jealousy and deception. 6. Observe their attitude when criticized. Truly wise individuals are always open to receiving constructive criticism. They see it not as a threat to their ego, but as a valuable opportunity for self-improvement. Conversely, jealous and deceitful people almost always react negatively and defensively to criticism. They tend to retaliate harshly, immediately correct others, or even attempt to discredit the person offering the criticism. This strong reaction often stems from a deep-seated fear of exposing their true nature or a profound reluctance to admit their flaws. 7. Attentively notice unintentional comparisons. In our daily lives, we often encounter seemingly unconscious comparisons. These aren't merely harmless remarks, they can be significant indicators of hidden jealousy. When someone unconsciously compares you to others, they might actually reveal far more about themselves than they do about you. This is a glaring sign of jealousy. Your colleague might feel deeply envious and is trying to subtly diminish your value. Genuine friends don't feel the need to compare you to others to validate their admiration. 8. Pay attention to their reactions to personal failures. Stoicism teaches us that failure is a profound measure of character. Truly strong and honest individuals face failure with humility and a genuine willingness to learn from their mistakes. They understand that failure is an inevitable part of life, and they don't resort to blaming others or desperately trying to hide their failures. Conversely, jealous and deceitful individuals handle failure differently. They tend to immediately seek external excuses, blaming circumstances or other people instead of learning. 9. Evaluate how they share personal information. The way a person shares information reflects their inner thoughts. A truly sincere person will share humbly, emphasizing the lessons they've learned from their experiences. A deceitful individual often exaggerates their achievements or even fabricates them entirely, solely to impress and manipulate others. Jealous individuals also frequently spread personal information about others with malicious intent, revealing secrets or distorting the truth to undermine them. These are potent expressions of a twisted soul. Listen to your inner voice. Have you ever had a colleague who appeared friendly, but you constantly felt a deep sense of discomfort around them? If so, stop and pay close attention to your inner voice. This could be a powerful sign that your instincts are warning you about dishonesty or jealousy. Your instincts, or your sixth sense, play a crucial role in protecting you. When you feel something is off, take the time to reflect. Does this person always try to compete with you? Do they give compliments that feel insincere? Never underestimate your inner voice. It is a powerful, intrinsic tool. 8. Mastering your anger. The 7 secrets to finding your peace. Now let's turn our attention to the most difficult and destructive emotion of all, anger. This is the emotion that makes you say things you can never take back, the one that makes you feel powerless and consumed. While we can't stop external events from happening, we can absolutely become the masters of our own emotional responses. This part of our journey will give you a practical 7-step guide to mastering your anger and cultivating a profound inner calm. 1. Embrace acceptance. The first and most crucial step is to fully and completely accept reality as it is, not as you wish it were. A great philosopher once said that we are disturbed not by things, but by the views we take of them. For instance, when someone is rude to you, your anger doesn't come from their words. It comes from your judgment that their words are offensive. Accepting reality doesn't mean you agree with a negative situation. It just means you acknowledge it and saying, okay, this is what's happening. Acceptance is the first step toward releasing your grip on what you cannot control. 2. Let go of judgment. Our anger is fueled by our judgments. When we label a person as bad or a situation as unfair, we invite an onslaught of negative emotions. Instead, practice letting go of these judgments. See people as they are, imperfect, flawed human beings, and situations as they are, neutral events. A driver cuts you off in traffic. This simple shift in perspective, from judgment to observation, robs the situation of its power to upset you. 3. Relinquish the illusion of control. So much of our anger comes from the false belief that we can control external events. When reality doesn't match our expectations, we become frustrated and enraged. The Stoics understood that the only thing we have true control over is our own mind, our own thoughts, and our own actions. If the answer is no, then you can let it go. You can't control a person's behavior, the weather, or a flight delay. You can only control your response. When you accept this, your anger begins to dissipate. 4. Take radical responsibility for your emotions. This is a difficult but incredibly empowering step. This statement puts the blame for our feelings on someone else. The Stoic approach is to take complete responsibility for your own emotional state. No one can make you angry. They can only provide the external stimulus, and you choose how to respond. A colleague might say something rude, but you are the one who chooses to feel anger. When you take ownership of your anger, you reclaim the power to change it. You can't control what others say, but you are the sole master of your own emotional landscape. 5. Practice non-reactivity. Non-reactivity means creating a space between a stimulus and your response. When you feel a trigger, instead of immediately lashing out, take a moment. Breathe. Pause. A great teacher wisely said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response." This space is where you apply all the other principles. In that pause, you can ask yourself, am I accepting reality? Am I judging? This space is your most powerful tool. 6. Cultivate empathy and compassion. When someone wrongs you, it's easy to see them as a villain. But what if you tried to see them as a complex human being, just like you? Try to practice empathy and compassion. You don't have to excuse their behavior, but you can seek to understand it. Perhaps they are struggling with their own inner demons, or perhaps they acted out of ignorance or fear. This is not about being a doormat. It's about not allowing their behavior to ruin your own peace. When you choose compassion, you release the immense burden of resentment and anger. 7. Find joy in compassion. The final step in mastering your anger is to realize that the greatest joy you can find in life is not in being right or winning an argument, but in being compassionate. When you choose to respond to another person's anger with calmness and empathy, you are not only helping them, you are giving yourself the ultimate gift. By choosing compassion, you are acting in accordance with your highest self. This is the ultimate Stoic act, to find profound joy and peace in acting virtuously, in helping others, and in not allowing the negativity of the world to infect your inner soul, your unbreakable toolkit. As we conclude our journey through these timeless Stoic principles, embrace this crucial, transformative lesson. True power resides not in attempting to control the external world around you, which is largely beyond your ultimate grasp, but in diligently mastering your own mind and actions. This profound internal mastery is the very ground where true freedom, unshakable tranquility, and enduring happiness are cultivated. We've learned the immense value of singular focus, cutting through the noise of multitasking. We've explored the liberating power of self-control, allowing us to master our impulses rather than be enslaved by them. We've seen the vital importance of preparedness, understanding that anticipating challenges diminishes their power. We've discovered the incredible strength found in voluntarily embracing hardships, transforming discomfort into growth. We've unearthed the profound liberation that comes from consciously avoiding self-victimization, reclaiming our agency. We've unlocked the invaluable clarity that intentional solitude brings, helping us hear our own inner voice amidst the din of the world, and we've learned how to trust that voice to protect us from others. And finally, we've gained a powerful 7-step guide to mastering our anger and finding true inner peace. Stoicism doesn't promise an easy life, free from struggle or pain. Far from it. What it does offer are the essential tools and the profound mindset to deal with life's inevitable challenges far more effectively. It encourages us to see every single obstacle not as a roadblock, but as a valuable opportunity to practice virtue, to grow, and to test our resilience. By consistently applying these powerful Stoic practices, we're not just surviving the storms of life. We are truly thriving, cultivating a deep, abiding sense of peace and profound fulfillment from within. It's a journey of continuous self-improvement, a brave step toward a more thoughtful, more resilient, and more deeply purposeful life. This profound internal mastery, cultivated through practices like meditation, deep breathing exercises, and mindful observation, is the very ground where true freedom, unshakable tranquility, and enduring happiness are cultivated. Your peace of mind and your personal integrity are unequivocally worth protecting, no matter who or what tries to undermine them. Setting boundaries is not merely a defense mechanism, it is a powerful, affirmative declaration of your self-worth and an unwavering commitment to living a virtuous, authentic life. Now I challenge you. Pick at least one of these principles and apply it to your life today. Go out there and start walking bravely.